Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I'm going to start by doing the typical British thing and talk about the weather. It's been so changeable lately, we never know what to expect. 1 minute I'm outside in the sunshine, weeding and planting a few bedding plants. Jude managed to pick up a few for free as it's the end of the season, so that's nice. And the next I'm wrapping up in my thick winter coat just to take the apple peelings to the compost heap. The first YouTube channel I ever watched years ago was Fun for Louis. Louis was a daily travel vlogger and often mentioned how tired he was because he was up till 3, 4 or even 5 AM editing his vlog. And I just didn't understand it. It was a 10 to 15 minute video. How on earth could it take 5 or more hours to edit? I just thought he was exaggerating. And then I tried it, and it turned out he wasn't. And that's just the editing. If you're travelling the world, then content is always exciting. But if you're trying to make your everyday life interesting, entertaining, or inspiring, well, I kind of think that takes a little more work and planning as well. So basically what I'm saying is these videos are quite time consuming to make, and if anything gets in your way, it's very easy to fall behind. I mentioned last week about the tech problems I had. Fingers crossed, I think that's sorted, at least it is for now. And you might have seen that, so I had to split our week away into 2 videos because I just had so much footage, but I still fell behind. Now I know I am the kind of person who gets stressed about little things. Not loud, shouty stressed, but I realise I just feel all tight and tense inside, and I have a permanent frown on my face. But I have struggled with dealing with the stress of getting my weekly video out on time. Because woe betide you if you're a day late. The YouTube algorithm likes meticulous, regular content. I couldn't help it. Last week's video went up a day late, and it took a full week to reach the number of views I usually get in 1 or 2 days. Thanks for your help, Helen. That's very helpful. Thank you. Oh, by the way, that's one of my favourite videos I've made recently, so please take a look if you missed it. So yeah, the last few weeks have been a struggle, but I do know in the grand scheme of things it's not really that important. And thank you so much to Lulu. Your lovely comment last week pretty much stopped me from giving up altogether. It fair brought a tear to my eye, and it just reminded me that yeah, maybe what I'm doing is worthwhile to some people. You are cute. So happy. So lovely. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're having a cuddle, are we? Oh dear. This used to sort of go here, didn't it? Can't really remember. Maybe it was the other one. That one bigger? Oh, that was bigger. Look, we were given such nice anniversary cards, but the shelf would be so good to do an autumn display on. We haven't had the shelf in autumn before. I wasn't ready to take them down yet, so actually I put the cards back at the back. I think that looks fine. And so the upshot of all this contemplation is that I decided to take a week off for the first time since I started doing these weekly vlogs, which was when? I think I started filming in April, but I've got a feeling the first one didn't go out till May. And if you've been watching for a while, you know I took, I think, 4 or 5 months off between sort of November and May, and previous to that I'd been putting up videos at least 1 or 2 a week for about 5 years, and then about 1 or 2 a month in the year or 2 before that. So I've been doing this a while now, and I did consider taking an extended break again, but I do enjoy these videos. I enjoy the process of it. I enjoy making the video. I enjoy figuring out different angles, and I enjoy the editing even. I didn't used to, I have to say, I didn't used to, but I think I've really honed down how to film now, so I don't have so much footage to trawl through. I sort of have a better idea in my head about what I need to film for long periods of time and what I need to film for short periods of time. It's harder when you're with family, because sometimes you want the lengthier footage just for family to look back on, you know, when we're reminiscing in the future, and then I just want snippets of it, and that's very time consuming, because you kind of feel like you need to watch the whole thing to get the best bits. So yeah, anyway, I've taken a week off, so you didn't see me here last week. And yeah, I thought I'd give myself a little bit of self-care time. I watch, one of my favourite channels to watch at the moment is called The Unexpected Gypsy, run by Wendy Robinson, who's a lovely artist, and she talks a lot on her channel about self-care. And so I did take some time. I decided to take my time with editing this video. I've given myself an extra couple of days because of course the previous weeks ran over a bit. And I've taken some time to do some art. I just loved it. I really got into it. I've been watching some YouTube channels lately, some art YouTube channels, where they're doing watercolour and using tilting, like the board that the paper sits on, to blend the colours all together. And I wish I know I haven't got any footage of this, but oh my gosh, it's so therapeutic, just sort of when you're using like nice watercolour paper and you just watch it, the sort of wet watercolour creeping down the paper. It's really quite soothing. I will definitely make sure I get clips of that for next time, or for a video coming up. So yes, I was experimenting with watercolour, tilting, and sort of semi-abstract landscapes mainly, and yeah, just having a lot of fun. So I copied a couple of pictures. Should I find their channel? Let me find their channels. So the first artist I found, where I first saw all this tilting stuff, she's called Deborah Lynn Rosenbach, Watercolour and Mixed Media. That's the name of her channel. And then I also found Karen Rice, and she does something similar, and then she does more traditional watercolour techniques as well as semi-abstract. I'm really consuming her channel as well at the moment. So these first 2 pictures I'm about to show you are copies from them, and then I just started getting up my landscape photographs and using those as my sort of base inspiration. I think the thing with starting art, painting, drawing of any kind, you've always got that vision in your head where you want to be, and the inspiration of other amazing artists, and there's just nothing you can do to get there apart from practice. And so what I've tried to really do here is just let go of trying to create an amazing picture and just enjoy the process. And that's how art I think is really good for sort of self-therapy. You know, it's just mixing the colours, watching the colours blending and just having fun and being creative. It just really helped me and really calmed me, and I'm so glad that I did take that time to do it. So after my practice with these two, I decided to have a go at my own without following any tutorials or anything, and this is the result. So this photograph I took in Cornwall. This was my inspiration. I mean, it really is just a vague inspiration just to give me a clue about roughly what I'm doing. So this is my sort of representation of it. Definitely some lessons learned. I love the water, but considering it is distant water, it's just too defined. That would be nice if it was like up close water. I don't know, maybe I'll go in and see if I can wet it and make it. Oh, maybe I'll try that. I'm worried about messing it up completely though. I guess this is just a practice piece. I could try. Yeah, so I might try and make these lines a bit less defined. Let's do that now. So I've got my plant sprayer because I couldn't find my little mini water sprayer. Yeah, Rain got me this for spraying my indoor plants. So let's just sort of dribble it on here. And I might just use this brush. And maybe just see if I can yeah, so some of the highlights have now gone. I don't want it to blend too much into the green, but it could do a little bit just to make it look a bit more blended in. Okay, I don't know if that will actually help very much. I've buckled the paper quite a bit by adding that amount of water, but never mind. Yeah, this edge that I've taped down just keeps sticking up. Never mind, I'll have to get some better tape. Oh yeah, and this edge. Okay, there we go. Like I said, just a practice piece, not a masterpiece, but I'm quite pleased. It's okay. And I'm actually just going to tilt that up a little bit and let some of that water run down. No, not too, no, that's not working now. It's just too, the green is still too wet and I don't want too much green in the sea. So no, I shall actually leave it at that. I did do a lot of tilting for the sky. That's how I got this sort of watery effect in the sky. So that was fun. Chatty today. It has been a long time since I've done the salt on a wet painting. I think I left it too late. Looking closely, I got the feeling I'm not going to get very effective effects. So, but I'm going to wipe off this salt now because it's been left overnight to dry. So we have got some effects from the salt there, look. It's quite subtle, but it adds a little bit of texture, which is nice. But actually, the paper wasn't completely dry. If I go slightly sideways and you can see the reflections of the light there, there are still some wet patches, which is incredible. That salt really does hold on to the wet spots and has kept them there. Anyway, so that was Perranporth in Cornwall. Gosh, the paper has really gotten quite bumpy with this one. I wonder if that's something to do with the salt. And that was the inspiration. And actually, I didn't paint it that pink because it doesn't look very realistic, but that really was how it looked at the time. The light was incredible. And this painting here, that's also of Perranporth, taken on the same day but a slightly different time. So I can take the tape off the edges of that one now. And there we are. I am using the tape just to keep it down on the board, to keep it still while I do all the tilting, but and also to try and prevent some of the wrinkling, but it's not working very well. But it actually works really nice just to frame the painting. That just looks so much more professional with a white border for some reason. So I'm going to keep doing that. I really like this one actually. This is definitely one of my favourites. That one's definitely more subtle, and I hope that paper does settle down a bit as it dries some more. But next, let's put that over there. Next I'm going to have a go at this one, which I wasn't so happy with. You can't really tell what is going on here. I mean, these are meant to be semi-abstract, but I think this is just a bit confusing. I wonder if I can bring up the picture that I was trying to do. Just go to my Lightroom. Yes, it was this one. That's the picture I was trying to do. I can't remember if I've shown you this already now. So I definitely didn't manage to get that sort of lovely atmospheric mist effect. And I'm wondering perhaps the composition just isn't going to work as a painting. I'm going to give it another go, this time using ink and using watercolour wash over the top. I've got these graphic line markers from Derwent, and I'll do sort of like an underdrawing and see if that just helps make it a bit clearer what it is I'm doing. So this one of a reservoir in the Lake District was meant to be line and wash, but I mean if you look closely you can see some pen marks there, but really I just did the watercolour far too thick and creamy, which is not what you're meant to do, but I got a bit carried away, and so you can't really tell that it's a line and wash painting. By the way, I'm doing this picture 3 different ways with watercolour pencil. Unfortunately I've had an accident where the paint wasn't dry on the previous page when I closed the sketchbook, so I'm going to have to go in there with a knife and try and pick that off, which is a pity. And with Inktense blocks and pencils. And the full process of these is going to be on my Patreon page shortly, so if anyone's interested, please do go over and consider joining, and I will see you over there. Well, I've been monopolising the dining room table for a bit too long now. I think it's about time I tidied everything up, and so we could actually eat dinner here. That'd be nice. Don't sit on my painting. Lyra, don't drink the paint water. Lyra, don't drink the paint water. So we went back to the same woods that we'd been to in the pouring rain a week or 2 earlier, and it was so nice to see it in the sunshine, in the autumn sunshine. It really was, and so we had a lovely family walk. We did a bit of a longer trail this time. Oh, where are your white paws, Helen? Where are your white soles gone?
goals. You don't want to do.
You've got a bit of mud on your lens, did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I think I got it.
There was no map and internet connection was a bit sketchy there, but this time I planned in advance, checked online before we went for the trails, took a screenshot so we knew where to go this time a bit better. So we had another lovely walk in the sunshine. The trees are really changing colour now. It's properly autumn. Yeah, so that's that for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you check that you're subscribed and give this video a thumbs up. I haven't said this for a while. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and click that bell notification. And that is actually quite important, particularly if, you know, I'm going to try and get back on schedule, but if I can't manage it, I'm going to take that stress away from my life and just post videos when I can. So it is important that you click that bell so that you will hopefully, it still doesn't always work. I know there's people I've clicked the bell for and I don't get any notifications, but hopefully you'll get a notification pop up on your phone or on the screen if you log into YouTube that I have uploaded a new video. And I hope to see you again next time, and bye for now. Take care.